Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the SWUS. MLB Tuesday here. Don't know how I finished up on Monday yet. I started off 1-0. I hit the first 5 under in the Texas-Tampa game, but then it looks like Toronto's going to be a loss. So it looks like I'm going to be sitting at 1-1. We'll see. I'll put the final results on the screen here. I'm going to go through 3 games in this video. Whatever I don't get to, though, we'll go through on the live show tomorrow at 4 p.m. We'll go through every single game. NBA live show 3 p.m., MLB live show 4 p.m. My guest tomorrow is Modi. So it'll be me, Prop Beaver, Toast, and Modi going through every MLB game at 4 p.m. But yeah, in this video, I'm going to go through 3. Let's roll.
Welcome to the SWUS. The SWUS. SWUS. Hey, get the SWUS.
First up, we got Toronto on the road in Houston. Stros are minus 155 favorites and total sitting at 9. On the mound for Toronto, we got Jose Berrios. On the mound for Houston, we got Framber Valdez. Let's start by taking a look at the matchup for Framber here. As we know, Framber did not have the best year last season. It looks like it followed him up into the 2024 season. In his last 15 starts dating back to last year, 4.71 ERA, 1.2 home runs per 9, a 128 whip. Not really the elite numbers we're used to seeing from Framber. And to add on to that, he had a really rough spring. 7.71 ERA, 193 whip, just 9 1/3 innings of work, and it's the spring. I mean, you shouldn't read too much into it, but it's just more things piling on here that all come to the same conclusion that I don't know if we can really trust Framber right now. I mean, we saw how he came out the gate. Game 1 against the Yankees, 4 2/3 innings, 3 earned runs, 6 walks. 6 walks is some serious, it's a lot of walks right there. And Framber doesn't have the best looking career numbers against this Blue Jays lineup. The current Toronto lineup against Framber, 689 OPS, a 12.9 walk rate. 12.9 walk rate and just a 10% strikeout rate. So the OPS isn't terrible at 689, but a super low strikeout rate and a super high walk rate, which is right on par with what we just saw from Framber in the opener against the Yankees. In his last 3 starts against Toronto, Framber's 0-3 with a 6.35 ERA, a 141 whip, and 1.59 home runs per 9. And to make matters even worse, this is not the 2022 Blue Jays lineup that really specialized against hitting righties. They made big strides against left-handed pitching last year. They were 9th in WRC+, just 27th in isolated power, so the power may not be there, but they're 5th in walk rate. They're really good at taking walks against left-handed pitching, which is just sounds like a nightmare matchup based on what we've seen from Framber recently. This season, Toronto has 6 guys on their roster that have a 120 or higher WRC+ against left-handed pitching over the last 3 years. I think Toronto's going to be really nice against left-handed pitching again, so I can see their offense getting off to a hot start in this one. The other matchup, we got Jose Berrios against the Stros lineup. As we know, Berrios looked great in the opener. 6 innings, 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, solid start. That was on the road in Tampa. He's up against an Astros lineup that he's had success against. In his last 5 starts against Houston, Berrios is 3-1, a 2.35 ERA, a whip under 1, and 1.2 home runs per 9. And I really think the fade Jose Berrios on the road trend is officially dead. 2023 killed that trend. If you were betting MLB in 2022, you know that fading Jose Berrios on the road was basically an auto cash. That wasn't the case last year. The more significant splits for Berrios over the last 2 seasons has been his righty-lefty splits. You could see Berrios much better against right-handed hitters. The FIP down 1.4, WOBA down significantly. Houston's lineup is set to have 7 righties in it. So you got Berrios, who pitches much better against righties, against an Astros lineup he's had success against that has 7 righties in it. Now, I will say there's a scary part to this because the 2 lefties in the Astros lineup are Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez, 2 of the Astros' best bats, 2 of the best bats in the league, obviously. That being said, Yordan Alvarez, just 1 of 10 lifetime against Berrios. He does have a home run in his 1 hit. Kyle Tucker has great numbers, a 10.44 OPS against Berrios. So Kyle Tucker should be a problem. Alvarez might be a problem as well. But as a whole, I like this matchup for Berrios, and this is a Houston lineup that looks pretty mediocre to start the year. Against right-handed pitching, they have just a 94 WRC+, a .076 isolated power, 664 OPS, really mediocre looking numbers. And what's going on with the Astros at home? I mean, that's carried on from last year. Last season, they were 1st in WRC+ against righties on the road, 4th in isolated power, 4th in OPS. Those are their numbers against right-handed pitching on the road. At home, those ranks drop to 19th, 22nd, and 25th. Houston just can't seem to figure it out offensively at home right now. So I like this matchup for Berrios. I don't see any reason why we can't count on him to go out and pitch well again. Now, when we get to the bullpens, this is where you have to give the edge to Houston, though. It sucks because Toronto's bullpen should be so good, but without their two main guys, no Romano, no Swanson, they're both hurt right now. You got to give the edge to Houston, and Houston's bullpen was pretty gassed last night. They rested most of their guys, so they should be pretty rested for this one. I like the advantage for Houston late, so if you're looking to bet the Astros, maybe wait and jump in live. Personally, I think there's value on a Toronto first 5 money line bet at plus 120, so I'm going to grab that. That's actually prop Evers bet, but I think I'm going to tail him on that next game. Kansas City on the road in Baltimore. O's are minus 165 favorites, total sitting at 9. You got Alec Marsh on the mound for Kansas City, Cole Irvin on the mound for Baltimore. Let's start out with the matchup for Cole Irvin against the Kansas City offense. Historically, he's pitched very well against the Royals. Against the Royals' current lineup, only 34 career plate appearances, but they're hitting just 235 against them, 639 OPS, a strikeout rate over 25, and a walk rate under 3%. In his 5 career starts against Kansas City, he's just 2-2, but he's got a 2.10 ERA, a 107 whip, and a home run per 9 under 1. Now, one thing I like for Kansas City here is this is definitely a lineup that should be better against left-handed pitching this year than against right-handed pitching. Their current lineup over the last 3 years, their average WRC plus is 98 against right-handed pitching, but it's a 113 against left-handed pitching. And if you look at the Kansas City Royals over the last 3 years, against lefties, 21st, 23rd, and 17th. Against righties, 27th, 24th, and 27th in those 3 metrics. So they have been better against lefties, but here's the thing. Look at the home-away splits for the Royals' offensive numbers against left-handed pitching. This is the last 3 seasons. The Royals on the road against lefties, 29th, 29th, 29th. But at home against lefties, 6th, 14th, and 2nd. So for some reason, the Royals just have monster numbers against left-handed pitching at home. This game, as we know, on the road in Camden. And speaking of home-away splits, the fact that this game's in Baltimore helps Cole Irvin as well. In his last 3 seasons, at home he's got a 3.71 ERA, a 3.63 FIP. On the road, 4.68 and 5.04. So he's been much better at home. Cole Irvin did struggle early last year in his first season with Baltimore, but he really turned it on down the stretch. In the first half of the year last year, he had 5.50 ERA, a 4.99 expected FIP. In the second half of the year, 3.40 and 4.01. So Cole Irvin finished out the season strong last year. Add on the fact that Baltimore's park dimensions are friendly to left-handed pitchers, I think Cole Irvin's going to deal in this one. The other matchup we're looking at is Alec Marsh against the Baltimore lineup. Alec Marsh had a really rough debut season as an MLB starter. 7.64 ERA, a 3.31 home runs per 9. That's great. Dude gives up some homers. A 5.26 expected FIP. Now, 5.26 expected FIP suggests that he may have had some bad luck, but that's still not a good metric. It's just not quite as bad as his other ones. To make matters even worse for Alec Marsh, look at his numbers against left-handed bats. A 4.10 WOBA, 195 whip, a 5.56 expected FIP, a 15.9% walk rate against lefties. Alec Marsh really struggles against left-handed bats. The Orioles' first 5 batters in their lineup are going to be lefties. Mullins, Rutschman, Henderson, Santander, O'Hearn. So this looks like a nightmare spot for Alec Marsh. At home against right-handed pitching has been a solid spot for the O's lineup dating back 2 years now. On the last 2 seasons, at home against righties, they're 10th in WRC+. Filtered to just night games, they're 7th in WRC+. So, yeah, this looks like a tough one. Baltimore should definitely put up a big number here on Marsh. Here's where I'm a bit worried, though. Cano's pitched on back-to-back nights. Kimbrel threw 23 pitches last night. Remember, this is an Orioles bullpen that's still missing Bautista. I don't know how much I trust Baltimore's bullpen right now. So I think this might be another spot to play a first 5, a Baltimore first 5 minus a half run at minus 110, or maybe a Baltimore double result. I like the O's here. I'm just not 100% sure how I want to bet it because I don't trust the bullpen. So it'll be Baltimore first 5, maybe a Baltimore double result. I'll let you know for sure on the live show. I actually ran out of time. I'm only going to do 2 games, but we'll go through all 15 on the live show at 4 p.m., NBA live show at 3 p.m. So if you're able to make it, we'd love to see you in the comments. If you want my top bets for all sports parlays of the day, or you'd like to join the Discord, head over to KyleKirms.com. The information's right there on the homepage. Let's have ourselves a great Tuesday. Remember to bet responsibly. It's still early in the season. And yeah, we'll talk to you in the Discord.